I've been working with Ash now for over a year. And yeah, we've dropped weight and all that, but that's not even the best part. In a year, Ash has transformed their entire life. Their fitness, yes, of course, but also their finances, their time management. They've essentially been able to build a whole system that makes the whole thing not only feel manageable. What stopped me dead in my tracks was that I jumped on this call and Ash was like, it's not that hard anymore. And that's what a whole year of commitment actually looks like. This call I'm about to show you, this is Ash coming into the call with a brand new baby at home. Shout out to Ash, congratulations, new baby daddy. When I jumped on the call, I was expecting for them to be like wilding out and stressed. That was not the case. Watch this. How are you adjusting with the baby and back at work and the whole thing?
Little by little, we're getting there.
Look strong.
Yeah, I am doing the things, actually. Proud of that.
It also
I
feels
did.
like you're doing it with less trouble.
You're right. That is true. You know what, coach? Thanks for naming that. You're right. No, it is. It's becoming just, I realized, and this is what I was saying in my Loom. Sometimes I'm like, ugh, it's hard to explain through the written words. And sometimes I just want to talk to you instead. So because we had a meeting, I was like, well, maybe I'll just wait to the meeting because it's hard and I feel like I'm doing a lot. So I feel like to slow down, it's hard. When I'm talking about routine and stuff, what I'm talking about is actually the schedule of my day to day because I know that when I have the structure, then it's a little easier. If my structure is that I get groceries delivered on Saturdays, then I'm able to cook on Sundays. That is a structure I put in place. And so then when I'm even at my busiest time, my brain doesn't think that's hard. I'm down one staff member because my boss just had a baby as well. And she's not coming back to basically most of the important things are done. So it's up to me and her boss basically to do this. So I'm like, if I can get us set up now, if I can get myself practicing these freezer meals and stuff, then yeah. I was even thinking about doing that at work. If Mondays is a day where I just open up all my emails and write down the things I need to do. And that's like my main goal. And then once that's done, I start working on the priority things. Tuesdays is a day where I normally meet with my supervisor. So Tuesdays earlier in that day will be priority so that I can come to the meeting saying those things are complete. And Wednesdays are the days where I can take my time and make calls that I need to make for my job. And so that's what I'm talking about, like having that schedule. And I think this brings me back also to the room stuff.
Another synonym for lifestyle is, I think, system, right? Like system doesn't sound sexy because you're like, who wants to just live in a rigid system? But the pyramid scheme of discipline and structure and systems is that it actually gets you more freedom. Freedom to
Exactly.
do the things
Exactly.
you want to do, not constantly getting caught
Right.
up playing catch up.
It gives you more freedom and it actually creates ease for you.
Something I hear all the time in my calls with new people, they're like, I just don't have a routine. I'm like, no, you do have a routine. It's just a fucked up one.
It's not working for you.
So this whole journey is really about creating a system that aligns with your goal. And here's what most people do though. They're motivated, they sit down and they create a budget, they create a calendar, they create a system, and then think they're going to implement it perfectly and just psh, when really all systems need a boot up and update. And so I think the newer you are at your system, the more updates the system needs. Once the system is tried and true and running, those updates
Right.
are more
Come
spaced
life.
out. I trick y'all into rebooting your system every Thursday and Sunday.
Which is really working. I'm like, if I cook every Sunday and Thursday, then I also am really powerful when I'm filling out my prep form. Coach, thank you for laying this because it makes so much sense and it's really working for me. And now I'm starting to build my system around it. Boom.
Yeah. And each week when you do your quote unquote, we call it meal prep, but you're really like life prep. I ask you guys to look at your calendar for the week, look at your budget for the week. And one of the things that I mentioned, I like to have my calendar laid out, basically like a template of it. And then on Sundays, I usually pull it up and I'm like, oh, clearly I can't do my laundry on that day because I have physical therapy that day. So I need to move.
Mm.
So I'm just kind of like moving over the blocks. Every day I have sales in the evening, and every day
This week I have admin hours that I block off to do payroll and things like that.
Mhm.
And then all my self-care is in the morning. I do my self-care in the morning because by the time evening comes around, I just don't have the energy. Like I normally go to the gym on Thursdays, but because I have physical therapy, I just shoved it over to Wednesday. I already did this for this week, but I can see for my me time. I got my physical therapy. I'm gonna go for my walk. I'll do my push-ups at the park. I have to put an Instagram story up. This is where I do my budgets, pay
Mhm.
rent. These are all meetings, so admin meetings.
Mhm.
And then sales in the evening. I have my teeth whitening here. I have my kickball here.
Ooh, I like this. And it's so pretty.
Friday, I'm gonna probably move this up a little bit. Do it in the morning. I just got told this got canceled this week, so I have a meeting there. This is the same thing. My me time in the morning, sales in the afternoon. I have
Mhm.
it so that one week I really focus on the admin stuff, and the following week I focus on all the marketing content stuff.
And it switched back and forth.
Yeah, so you see purple here for marketing,
Mhm. Yeah.
admin, marketing,
Yeah.
and the sales always
Uh-huh.
stay the same. If I go
Ooh.
here, I can see this is for next week. Sundays looks pretty chill. I don't really anticipate having to move anything around. This is a podcast interview, so I gotta move this up sooner.
I like this. This is cool.
So this makes sense? Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you. This is going to be really helpful for me at work because this is the kind of thing that I'm asking about, like putting in place and just being more intentional with my time. I want to update my system. Now, I think the other part of this is when you're starting out with the system. So let's say you're about to start the system. So right now the system isn't systeming or you have the routine, it's just not working for you. I'm trying to start the system. And so when you're asking me about how's the room going, it's like I'm trying to be intentional about every part of it. My thing is, I want to set it up for a system. So it's like these things, they might not be happening all at once so that I can check off done my room, but I'm putting it in place so that I can create a system for it. But I'm at this point where it's like everything's overgrown, everything's everywhere. How do I even get started on the system? And so that's why you see this popping up every week. And it's not because I'm not making moves towards it or anything. It's just that it's taking that time to be intentional. And all those things take effort. My sibs coming over, me and my brother putting up that TV, drilling the holes for the light and stuff like that was time. So I
Yeah.
was very proud to catch that up. And then I saw your video and I was like, Coach just wants me to be done, but I've done so much. There's multiple steps to the project, and I've done so much of the project, and there's still so much more to go.
So how often do you work on it?
Right now, I don't work on it often. And I think your suggestion of scheduling things means I had to work on it because people are coming over. One of my besties is coming over this weekend. Do I know what she's going to do? No, because I'm not set up yet. So, yes, you clocked it. There is not a consistency of me working on it. So, that's what I'm saying. Also, routine. If I could just do one task per day, but I just come in, I'm discombobulated because I don't have the system date for the way I want to move.
My recommendation would be to work on it a little bit every day. So don't think of it like if we use fitness as an analogy, people are like, I want to work out 5 days a week. How many are you doing now? 0. Okay, we're probably not going to start off 5 days a week.
Exactly.
We're not even going to do 3 a week. We're going to start by doing what we can. And so I don't really have an hour to go to the gym. Cool. What you got? I got 15 minutes. Great. I can whoop your ass in 15 minutes. So it's finding the time you have. If you do 15 minutes every day, literally, what's 15 minutes? 3 songs?
It is. Free song.
Put on a clean up office or clean up room playlist with your 3 favorite songs and just every
Mhm.
day bang it out 15 minutes at a
For
time.
15 minutes. Yes. Yes.
There's gonna come a day where you're like, damn, why don't we got 15 minutes worth of shit to do?
And then I'm going to be like, now, coach, you showed me your calendar. When mail comes in, what do you do with it? I'm going to be asking about that system because that's the system I want to set up. How can I help it not get like this anymore? Some of it is moving some things out. I watch the minimalism videos and I don't know if I want to be a minimalist, but I definitely want to be more minimalist than I am.
Number one, I don't get mail, so I opt for email mail as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of the things that I do is I piggyback off other habits. So, for example, payroll is every 2 weeks, right? I have to do payroll. Payroll every 2 weeks is also like when I do go open my mailbox, I'm like, let's see what junk motherfucking is in here. I also pay half my rent on one payroll and the other half on the other one. So look at things that are in your life that are non-negotiable, like rent. What things can I tie to rent? Look at things in your day. If every day you have a meeting at Tuesday at 12, that's also a trigger for 10 minutes before I'm going to order my groceries before that meeting. I also like to look at things that I can double up. Tuesdays is normally when I have most of my meetings back to back. That's when I do laundry because it's 30 minutes for washing, 45 minutes to dry. So go in there, put it in there, pick all my meetings, I'll be done later. You want to look at what are the non-negotiables, what are the things that must happen. Use those as the big, thick roots
Like the anchors.
that you can branch off from. Oh, okay. But when I always do this, it always
Yeah.
happens, right? Like every morning I get coffee and I put my supplements right next to it so that while my coffee's brewing, I'm popping my supplements.
Ooh, coach, I like this because you know what? Every Thursday night, I have to set out the trash. Every Tuesday night, I have to set out the compost.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because at first I was like, what habits? But I can stack it on to some of them.
Yeah. Look at the ones that just must happen
Yeah.
and then use those as anchors, branch from there.
You know, the baby came and I was just like, there's just some things that I'm like, why haven't I been doing my life better? You know, and it's like, it just makes so much sense now that she's here. I'm just like, I'm a Virgo. Why haven't I been doing this? I saw those freezer meals and I was just like, so then I made a couple and I was like, why wasn't I doing this before? Oh my gosh. I could have been so set up. And the meals are good. And I've been changing the recipe so that my partner, we don't have overlapping. We both have issues with food, things we can and can't eat. So I've been making it so that we both can eat it. They eat my food up.
Yeah.
Don't let me see that this can work for our family because the game has changed. Okay.
That's the thing. Like when people come visit me and they look at like how I live and they're like, this looks like a Airbnb. And I'm like, I'll take it. Better than having it look like fucking chaos in here. And it's like, I could never live like that. And I'm like, I could never live like you. It's chaos. You get addicted to it because it feels good. And from the outside, it looks like rigidness, but from the inside, it feels like freedom.
You know what it took for you to get there, and you know what it means to you. And I'm sure that there's somebody who's maybe their parents always kept it sterile, and for them, they feel like they're not an individual if they don't have some multiple things up their wall, and that brings them peace. I've got to do what brings me peace, and the way my room is right now, I'm just like, I could cry. But I
Yeah.
know I can't spend 24 hours working on it because I have a baby. I can't spend all night working on it because I have a job and I need sleep. And so I have been struggling like when to get this done. So yes, this is so helpful. And I feel you've been asking me the Loom videos. It's so funny talking back to Loom coach because I'd be waiting to hear what you're gonna say, and I'd be like, "Man, coach, I didn't mean that." And it's so funny when you always get to my season, and I'm like, "I'm in the building a routine." You're like, "What? Why? Explain this." And I'm like, "Consistency." You're like, "Why?" So let me tell you now, it's so that I can make it through the busiest season without losing my shit, without everything around me coming down, because I still have to be the anchor for my family. My partner is not currently working. My baby is growing. I don't want to miss out on that by being without. I have to continue to be present.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what gets really cool? I'm gonna drop this scene on you just to give you something sexy to look forward to.
Okay,
Okay.
wait.
This system that you're building,
Yeah.
when you get really good at it,
Mm-hmm.
you can delegate. Some people call
Period.
it a house manager, right? Hire somebody to come over once a week. A checklist is basically a system. Here's a checklist. Each little task has a Loom video on explaining it how I want it done. Knock it out.
I like that. Delegate using Loom.
Each person on my team, they
Mm-hmm.
each have a checklist, things that they do every shift, things that they do weekly, things that they do
Mm-hmm.
monthly, and every item on that checklist is hyperlinked with a Loom video
Mm-hmm.
explaining it and giving examples of it so that if they do forget, they can always go back and watch that versus hitting me up.
First of all, that's the best. Second of all, I'm still that. Because why wouldn't I? I should have videos with my standard operations of procedures
Yeah.
at work, right?
It's basically a colleague or an employee or something. You can also do that for your personal life. The only reason I don't do that is because I literally have 4 things on there. I had a day off on Saturday and I was like, I don't have any errands. I have everything I need. Went to the park and took a nap. In terms of your daily tasks for your walking, everything the same, everything's feeling good.
Everything is feeling good. I think I'm wondering when do we increase it? And I'm not saying I want you to do that because it is going well. I think I'm worried about when we increase it. I'm like, how do I keep on going? But when the system updates, how do I make sure that I'm not getting intimidated and then I don't like these new features, I'm not using this no more, you know?
Yeah. baby steps. So
Yeah.
in terms of how, it's when you've been doing two things. One, when you've been doing them for 80% of the month. The second thing is when you've been doing them for 80% of the month and you're no longer seeing results. You've plateaued. Then we change it.
Oh,
And how we change it is by a small incremental baby step. Tell you, I'm fighting this because right now with my coaching, I've had the same macros and I'm not even on a calorie deficit. I'm just like eating my maintenance and I'm getting results. I had my lowest weigh-in this morning. And every week that I get new macros, I'm like, the same ones. I've had the same macros for 8 weeks. And in my head, I'm like, man, if I'm seeing results and I'm not even in a calorie deficit,
then
shut
you're
the
like,
fuck up.
what's gonna happen?
Yeah, because I'm like, because I want to drop it faster, but
Right, right,
also
right,
like, why would I want to eat less? So
right.
seeing results, eating plenty every week, I'm like, deficit? No deficit. Damn it. Okay, we're staying the same. But like I said, I had my lowest weigh-in this morning. And I'm
Mhm.
like, it's working. We don't need to make changes. I've been consistent
Mhm.
and I'm still seeing changes. Therefore, we don't change anything yet.
Because I think I'm like worried about adding in lunch and dinner because I feel like it's just harder for me to log. I know when we update it during the practice of doing it, we'll start to feel ease.
You typically have the same similar lunch and dinner.
Well, now that I'm doing the freezer meals, maybe I can just start by logging the freezer meals and saving them. Ooh, I can set myself up for success.
What I do every night is I just copy the entire day to the next day, and I'm eating 80% of the same stuff, and then I just make quick edits, and I do have most of my meals saved on there already.
Maybe I'll save some favorites. And I can save some favorites from my fast food stuff too, because I feel like sometimes I'm like, I don't want to write all that, but it's just do it. Just tell
Yep,
the truth. Just do
yep.
it.
My favorite 5 restaurants that I go to, it's a
Right.
quick
And I
spot, a
know my
fast
go-to
spot.
meals as well. So it's just like,
I already know. I'm like, okay, I want some Greek food. I want some pho. I edit it. I know how to order it. So you want me to keep
that.
it the same?
Yeah.
Let's keep it the same another 2 weeks, and then we're gonna add the next meal, okay?
Yes. Sounds good. Oh, all right. Bye.
All right, bye.